Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thank y'all so much for stopping by again. Appreciate it. Shout out to Jacob Tanjay and the NTZ crew. I think Michael Beecher Life is traveling. He's on vacation. We all deserve a good vacation. Shout out to all my fourth quarter members. What's up, Jeffrey Taylor? He said, good morning, Cal. Your last two vlogs were right on time. I appreciate it, man. I'm fighting against this shadow ban, but I'm going to keep going. What's up, I Love LaChine? Who else is on here? Sheldon, what's up? The young guy from Alabama, man. All my old heads, that's Raymond Walker. What's up, Q? He said, what's up, Unc? Thanks for blessing us with another live stream, man. It's my pleasure. Any new viewers and subscribers watching us today, welcome. And anybody catching this on replay, the peso is 56.55. It's sticking at that 56, which I'm not going to complain. I'm going to do an update on my water line in the morning. But, you know, when you got two guys literally digging a trench by themselves, that's hard work, man. I remember I had a temporary job. When I got there, they was having me dig a ditch. Hell, the first break, I was out of there. That was the first and last time I dug a ditch, man. That's hard work. What's up, homeboy, Don? That's Cisco. What's up? We always have a topic, man, but remember, guys, it's your live stream. Whatever you want to talk about, we'll talk about it. But tonight has the internet made us better? At what cost? We're going to talk about that among other things. What's up, Sam? He said General Kaviti winning. I see where they're burning MAGA hats now. They're out for blood now, man. I thought I'd never see that. What's up, TJ? Is Michael Beecher Life visiting you? But yeah, they're burning MAGA hats, man. I wish I had one. I'd burn one on my channel, man. If anybody got an extra MAGA hat laying around here in the Philippines, let me have it, man. I'll burn it. Because, you know, you can burn trash and stuff here in the Philippines. They don't care. I'll burn that damn thing. Because now, you know, they're saying that, you know, how much longer before he's impeached? You know, when your base turns on you, it ain't much longer after that. And they got bets now on whether he's going to serve his full term or not. That Epstein case, boy, has just turned inside out on them. And even though there's more important fish to fry, to some people, man, that Epstein list was the final straw. Of all the stuff that, you know, has gone wrong, imagine, have you seen a president with the worst of 7 months, man? I haven't. But yeah, he's been impeached twice. He said, Unc, the interview with you in Maryland had me rolling. You kept our foot in the fire about the truth on Filipino foreign relationship. Well, you know, Maryland's going to give you the nitty gritty. She's been with me for almost 7 years. She's not going to be fake like those other Filipinos. I told Maryland, I said, look, you got a channel in you. You got so much experience. You got so much life that you've lived over here. And people are willing to pay for that. People are willing to get on the internet and watch you, you know, talk about your life experiences. So no, she's not going to sugarcoat that stuff. You know, she's not going to talk about what most Filipinos like, and she'll talk about what she's been through. And this is what we need to do. We need to put them people feet to the fire. To whom much is given, much is reserved. Stop talking about the other Filipinos. Talk about your life. And that's why I was trying to get Maryland. I said, keep the focus on you, because you don't know what these other Filipinos are doing. So yeah, I'm glad you caught on to that, Q, because I'm sick of watching all that bullshit about what Filipinos like in bed. Well, what do you like in bed, lady? What's up, Roger? He said, good morning, Cal. Everyone's good to see Maryland. Yeah, I don't know what it was. I guess it might have been the brownouts. But we did that early for real. But I couldn't upload it because there was no internet. And it was slow. But yeah, they're burning mega hats. So if anybody got a mega hat, man, ship it to me, man. I want to burn that damn thing. I want to burn it online. But yeah, let's talk a little bit about, that interview yesterday. Just a little bit. About what really goes on over here. I put my life right in front of the camera, and I'm not ashamed of it, because you're going to get more out of content like that than somebody making up these topics and stuff. She couldn't squirm her way out of that stuff. Well, what's the reason you really was on the dating site for a new life? I call it the Filipino retirement plan, really. They go from rags to riches overnight. Okay, whether you like it or not. And I think people be hating on Filipinos because they do that. So they call them, gold diggers and scammers and all that, when they're not doing anything but being themselves. They're over here minding their own business, just living their day-to-day life. We the ones start rattling the cage. But I just wanted her to kind of explain to y'all from their side what it's really like. There's no long distance relationships. Age gap relationships over here. You're the age gap relationship over here. 25-year-old woman. If you really want to see what a 25-year-old woman really thinks about a 70-year-old man, then come over here and you're going to see. It's cringy. But I'm glad Marilyn did that. What we're going to do, she said that she's going to help me, because I'm trying to build my Patreon. And we're going to take her interviews over to Patreon. And see, Marilyn has access to people and can tell stories that I can't tell. Okay, it would be YouTube suicide for me, but she can get away with it. So she's going to help me build that Patreon up. But I see where a lot of guys, I made the video, I fucked the robot. And people were laughing, and because they could really relate to that. We've entered into an age of insanity, man. We've actually normalized insanity. There's nothing normal about fucking a robot. And, it's just, if you don't believe me, it's millions, hundreds of millions of dollars in sales and increasing of these sex dolls and different things like that. And I just wanted to talk about it like, is it that serious, guys? I believe it is. Hey, thanks, Q, for that super chat. He said, imagine dating without the internet. Guys would be spending millions of pesos. Guys would be spending millions of pesos losing hair trying to find the right woman. Thank God for the internet. Yeah, but you lose something in that, Q. Remember, there's a step-by-step process that's involved with making friends and dating that the internet just removes. It gets rid of. It gives you, a relationship or marriage on a platter. That's not good all the time, man. We miss out on a whole lot of stuff when you go straight from A to Z. Yeah, you're way out there. We're way ahead of where we used to be. But you don't even know how you got there. You certainly don't know how to get back because all the steps have been removed. So I'm rethinking my opinion on long distance relationships. Certainly in the beginning, not okay. Say for instance, me and Marilyn. I'm not with those type of long distance relationship. But in the beginning, yeah, I think we really need to stop coming over here moving right in with women. You know, there's a seasoning there that we're avoiding. If you need that. It's like when Marilyn was talking about, you know, when one of her friends would be in Manila and you can't see them, you know, before the internet. And then when you finally see them, it's a big deal. They have a party and everything like that. Now, when somebody comes back from Manila, it's like big deal. I just saw you on Facebook, WhatsApp. He said it makes the meeting more special when you have to work for it, though. It does. I mean, people tell me all the time, Cal, it's like I know you already, but we really don't know each other, guys. This is the internet doing that. Okay? There's a process to making friends and bonding and consistency. That's over and over periods of time, not just online chatting, because I wrote down here there's something lost in the translation of these chat messages. We've lost our ability, really. What did I write? I don't want to misquote my damn self. But I wrote on here, we've lost our ability to have meaningful conversations. We have. So today a person was like, oh, quit complaining about the internet, just undo the router. Man, we're having a conversation, but we've lost that ability to do that. You know, we disrespect people online. We become somebody else online. Okay, you say things online that you would never say face to face to a person. So we become something or someone else. He said the women on the internet don't compare to the women in person. I think we're missing out on something. That's the reason why a lot of us are getting scammed. A lot of us are getting heartbroken. You know, our relationships aren't working because the work that's required, you know, to meet a person has been removed. You know, as a matter of fact, the internet has gutted life, man. The things that we need, we sometimes we need that pain to grow. We don't want to deal with all of that. Just take me to the other side. The transition, you know, from boys to men, it's gone. We're online listening to people instead of going through it ourselves. You know, there's nothing like having somebody there to walk you through that. But we're in denial because some people, this is all they know. It's the internet world. They were born into it like you. You really don't remember a life without the internet. He said people say shit online they won't. And if you don't believe that, check the comment sections after the stream. Yeah, absolutely. But I mean, you don't remember it as long as we do. I lived my entire life without the damn internet. Almost practically my entire life without the internet. I can weigh it up. For the longest, I couldn't tell anybody why I like the Philippines so much. It was just annoying, but when me and Merlin started having that conversation yesterday, it reminded me why I like the Philippines, because it reminds me of a life without the internet, before the internet. He says, I'm 61. I mean, but we're just talking about one thing. I must be totally frank. He said, I'm 61. I tried both. I got the same results both ways. But, okay, here's what I'll put down. This is what's going on with you, Frank. And to anybody that says, oh, you're complaining. Okay. The internet has stolen so much from our lives. You know, what makes life beautiful? And the theft was so subtle that we didn't even miss it. See, we have no clue because, like I said, some people don't even know any better. All they know is the internet. You know, when the last time have you wrote a letter, or picked up the phone and called somebody, or went out to the restaurant for your damn self instead of calling Grab or DoorDash? I mean, nobody can question the fact that the internet has made life more convenient, but at what cost? Are you lazier now? You know, because a guy made a great comment. He said, Cal, you know, every time I think I'm dumb, I have to remember that I acquired my bachelor's degree before Chat GPT. I think we just depend on it too much, is what I'm saying. Most of us on here, I'm going to tell you right now, cannot read a physical map. See, the internet is dumbing us down. Okay, I put on here, and this is a fact, guys. Don't allow the internet to do for you what you can do for yourself. If you can go get the food, go get it. Okay, don't use the GPS. Use the map if you can. Read a physical book. Okay, you want to meet somebody, go meet them in person. Because I got some stuff at the end. We're not just going to talk about the problem, we're going to talk about the solution. But everything's been changed. It's sped up the processes of life. You don't need to look online. I didn't look nowhere online for any of the video that I did this morning. You don't have to do that to realize what the internet has done to your life if you're paying attention. He said, yeah, but everyone in here was fortunate enough to grow up on technology that our parents and grandparents couldn't dream about when they were growing up. Yeah, progress is one thing, Cisco, but the internet is another, man. I mean, y'all can push back on it all you want. The internet has robbed us of some of life's greatest experiences. And the people who beat that are the ones who still go fishing and who still go walking and get out in nature and all that and don't spend all their time online arguing with people and fighting with people online. We depend on the internet too much, man. You know, we don't even use travel agents anymore. None of that stuff. Has it made it convenient? Yeah, but at what cost? It's just like when you drive a car all the time. Most of y'all don't even know this. I knew this years ago because I was an insurance agent. I'm driving all the time. There's a bone or muscle in your foot that you no longer use, that you're supposed to use. Okay? That's going to add to your physical prowess as a human being. But if you're driving all the time, you don't use it. It's the same thing with the internet. There's so much in our brains that we stop using. If you don't use it, you lose it. Yo, they don't read books anymore. Why? Because they tell you don't need to. The internet can do it for you. It's just too much information. They want you to think everything is important. Look at the Epstein list. That's not going to affect your life one way or the other. But it's got some people stuck in their tracks. We don't know how to conversate with each other anymore. I'm just saying, that's just one thing I'm saying. I mean, the one thing I like about the Philippines, like I said, it takes me back to the present. I mean, I used to read the newspaper every morning, man. I look forward to that. Then all of a sudden, one day I'll start reading the newspaper. I mean, it happened just like that. I'm like, well, what happened? Because now I'm reading my news on Yahoo and all that. No, I need to get back to reading a physical newspaper. And they still sell newspapers over here. It's a big deal. You see people with a newspaper. And you go to the little stand and you buy your coffee and a newspaper. I like reading the physical newspaper. But we just don't do it anymore. The joys of life have been removed. Man, if all you do is rely on the internet, man, your life isn't going to be as sweet as it could possibly be. You know, it's one thing, you're missing the point, Cisco. And you know, progress is one thing. The internet is something totally different. It moved us from A to Z, but we don't know how we got there. We know how we got from the horse and buggy to the car, Cisco. Okay. We know how we got from, you know, the fire to the electric. You don't know how we got so far out here. We're way out here that we don't even, we've been robbed of so much, and the theft was so subtle that you don't even know you've been robbed. You don't even know how much has been taken from you, because muscles that nature intends for you to use, you no longer use them. In your mind, in your body, you no longer use them. You don't even know that they're there, because you rely on the internet to do everything for you. Thank you. Okay. Thank you for this, because this is on here too. If you don't believe me, he said our music is no longer physical; it's controlled by tech. Imagine the Temptations being owned by YouTube. The world, the internet is telling you that we don't need music anymore. The whole music industry has changed. That's not progress, guys. Progress was going from New Edition to who came after New Edition? The Whispers to the New Edition, Temptations to the Whispers to New Edition, and keep going and going and going. The internet says we don't even need real instruments anymore. Okay, that's another thing I like about the Philippines. When I start coming over here, okay, that's when the transformation started happening in the music industry. You could still go to a place and see real singers with real music. When not too long ago, July 1st, when we had the Charter Day here, they had this big rising star. He's a Filipino who sings reggae. Guess what? He had a real band with him. Okay? But they're saying we don't even need music. They've gotten rid of R&B music. And we're not even questioning it. We'll just say, we'll just go to YouTube and listen to the old stuff. The music is still out there, but they're telling you that you don't need it. Okay? No, you don't get what I'm saying, because what you're talking about is progress, and I agree with you. But progress is one thing, because you can see the progress. Okay, but the internet is something totally different. When they've gotten rid of musical instruments, man. You know, I know exactly what you're saying. We've been stolen from, and it happened so suddenly, Cisco, that you don't even know what was taken from you. You probably can't sit down and write a nice letter to somebody and put it in the mail and tell me that the postal service is out of whack. This is excuses we use. Okay, when we have a conversation like this, okay, I'm not talking about AI. I'm talking about the internet, period. When you ordering DoorDash and your lazy ass can just go downstairs, get in your car and go to the restaurant. Or take your woman out to the restaurant, have a face-to-face, dinner with her. That's not AI. AI is part of the internet. Hey, Mr. Rational 13, thanks for that super chat. He said, yeah, I liked it better without the net. Now the net uses us instead of the other way around. Say this again. This is why a company like Instagram with 13 employees could replace Kodak with 270,000, because they're using us, ladies and gentlemen. YouTube has no content. They don't create content. We create it for them. We make them rich. He said, glad it's here, though. However, it has destroyed many that don't use it as a personal advantage. We rely on it too much. Of course, it's a way of life right now, Mr. Rational 13. But when you're allowing it to do for you what you can do for yourself, when you become lazy, if everything's impersonal, this is a humanitarian crisis. But y'all won't look at it like that because we don't care. They throw so much information at you. It's like you don't care that babies are dying over in Gaza or wherever, the Congo or the South Sudan. We don't care because they keep throwing other shit at us. So we don't give a damn about. It says we're not concerned with or seeking to promote human welfare. We don't care anymore. Everything's impersonal. I'm not influenced by showing or involved in personal feelings. You know, it's taking all that from us, and we don't even realize it. He said, how will women in the Philippines scam men in the West without the dating site? Well, they're not scamming us. First of all, Mr. Freeze, you have to stop. They're not scamming you. Are there scammers on those dating sites? Yeah. But you're missing the point about the process of meeting somebody. Just think about your closest friends. You didn't meet them online. Okay, your closest friends, you didn't meet them online. It's a process. Okay, you start talking to, first of all, you got something in common, your church, in school, whatever, you're on the same basketball team, you start talking, it's consistent. You see each other over and over and over, you know, hey, we got this in common. And you know, you make the connection, the bond. And you make lifelong friends. You can't make lifelong friends on the internet, man. But I don't know why you went to it, TJ. The man is telling you the truth right here. He said, look, he said, yeah, Cal, you're right. Content creators create the content. YouTube is the publisher. That's actually normal. It's not normal. Okay, because the guy who helped create the internet, he said that Facebook should be paying us because we're creating the content for Facebook, but we're not getting paid for it. So he said, if the thought, you know, when remember when everybody was talking about, would you pay $9.99 every month to use Facebook? Everybody's like, no. He was saying, yeah, if you pay that $9.99, then they would have to share in the profits with you. But we've been scammed, you know, and we've become so reliant on the internet that y'all don't see anything wrong. You've been robbed, man. A lot of you guys are overweight. You don't get out and exercise. You don't read books. Okay, you don't know how to play a musical instrument. You're not even interested in learning to do anything. You're going to do it all online and you think, oh, that's progress. No, it's not. That's regressing. You're worse off than you were. That's why your ancestors, your grandparents and parents are stronger than you. Yeah, shopping. It used to be a big deal to go shopping. And some women still do it. Some women get it. You know, that's another thing about coming to the Philippines. You know, they got the shopping and all of it. Really, you got to physically go out and shop. That's one good thing about being over here, man. It takes you back to the present. This is what we should be doing. We should be going out there shopping, picking up the shoes and trying them on and all that stuff. We don't do that anymore. We're missing out on a lot of stuff. But y'all don't even think you're missing out on anything. You are. He said Amazon is making us lazy. It's all making you lazy. And they're getting filthy rich. They're sucking everything out of us, and we don't even realize it. He said the internet was a tool, but now people have perverted it. You can't argue that the internet hasn't improved the conveniences of life. But at what cost, though? Okay, the internet is telling you, and certainly AI now, that we can solve every problem. We can fix everything, but look, guys, some things are bad just the way they are. It don't need to be fixed. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. They're breaking everything. And we don't even realize it. All we know how to do now is argue. That's all we know how to do. We don't know how, we've lost the ability to have a meaningful conversation. That's all. No, I'm not. He said, Cal, no, I'm not. I'm not. I'm just telling you, this is the world we're living in, Hal. But y'all don't care. I'm not destroying anything. I'm just having a conversation. Something that you probably wasn't thinking about before you saw my video. That's all I'm doing. What's wrong with that? Why can't we get together and solve the world's problems instead of letting this invisible, whoever's behind the internet, solve everything for you and do everything for you? How? That's why you're lazy. Most of the guys watching this have not done one push-up. You won't do a push-up. You don't take better care of yourself. There's no transition from boys to men. You've got the game console in your hand. There's a disconnect from my generation to my son's generation. Not as fast as they're taking, Cisco. You don't understand how fast it's happened. Too fast for our minds to keep up with, to comprehend. That's why it's so screwed up. Look at all the bad stuff. I didn't even put it on here because this isn't an argument against the internet. I'm saying, okay, has the internet made us better? I'm asking a question. At what cost? Because if you see all the shit that this internet really does, you'll be like, shut this damn thing down. Okay? It's not like everybody's earning money off the internet. It is a topic of conversation. But this is true. He said the most effective way to survive the matrix is to be aware that you're in the matrix. But we're fighting and we're kicking and screaming at anybody who wants to try to say, look, man, we're in the matrix. We're living in an upside down world. We do very little for ourselves. That's not progress. I don't care what you call it. It's not progress. It's not making you a better human being. It's not making you stronger. It's not making you smarter. But that's the problem. No, because you're not going to get out there and fix the car. How, Funk Base? This is what I'm trying to tell you. We don't do it anymore. You're going to go online and try to get it fixed. Remember, some things are fine just the way they are. Sonny D, thanks for that super chat. He said, pretty soon the cell phone will be obsolete. The chip will be inside you. Man, we're already being robbed. And this sounds so crazy, right? How long ago, when people used to say this stuff about chips being inside of you, it might as well be inside you. You carry around with you all the time. You put it in your damn pocket. You sleep with it. When somebody said, oh, they're going to put chips inside of you, it's already inside you. But just the thought of them putting something inside of you, it's not that far-fetched anymore. Because we're going along without a fight. We're not even fighting. We just said, okay, do it. Whatever y'all want to do. Look at Trump over there. He's talking about deporting U.S. citizens. Look at the Rosie O'Donnell. Because she's practicing free speech. It's not hate speech. But we're just standing back. That's the whole point. We're not doing anything about it. We're letting people tell us what's best for us. We've lost that ability to figure out what's good for our own selves because we rely too much on the internet and everybody else. Okay? Just like he said, the gambling on the internet in all its forms, from gambling sites to crypto to stock trading, is a direct transfer from the poor to the rich. And be honest, if you're a gambler, this is a good analogy though, and you'll see what I'm talking about. If you're a real gambler, and would you rather gamble online or at the casino? Be honest, because if you gamble online, guys, you're taking away from the whole experience, the whole gambling experience. Something's being taken away, something's being removed. But you see, this is what I'm talking about. How you have no clue that the chip is already in you, man. You got it in your pocket. You take it everywhere you go. They don't have to physically put it inside of you. It's in you already. There's nowhere you can go that they don't know where you are, that you can't be tracked, because you don't even think to disconnect from the system, from the matrix. You stay connected 24 hours a day. They don't have to physically put it inside of you, man. This is what's wrong with us. We don't think. We take everything literally. But pretty soon, they're going to put a damn chip in you. How would you know? The chips are so small now. Maybe they put it in your damn prescription drugs. You don't know, because you don't care. This is the discussion we have today. Let's be humans for 1 hour, hour and a half. Instead of thinking like the damn machine, Al Funk Base. Disconnect from the matrix just for an hour and a half. Let's do that, guys. And start thinking on a human level. Y'all throwing back everything to me on an internet level, on a machine level. Think for your damn self. Can you do that, guys? You can't do it, because the internet's been doing all your thinking for you. So you can't imagine a life without the internet. Okay? So why hasn't, okay, so listen, why hasn't, here's the thing that the internet is doing that it's going to hurt us eventually. The Postal Service. Then you know good and damn well that's progress. What the Postal Service is doing. They can get you your package the next day. That's progress, Cisco. Don't eliminate the Postal Service and say, oh, we don't need it. They can just fax you your mail like they're trying to do now. They're trying to convince you, oh, you don't need your mail. We're just going to, you can see what's coming and everything like that. We'll even open the mail for you. No, that's okay. I look forward to the mailman coming down my street. Don't take that from me. Y'all don't understand what I'm even saying. Don't take that from me. That's the joys of life, man. We're slowly being robbed of all of that. They don't know Curtis Sally, what they're talking about. These chips are so small now, you wouldn't even know if they put it inside you. Okay? You wouldn't know. But y'all making my point for me. Just the little joys of life are being eliminated. We're being robbed of that. And it's so subtle that you don't even know how much they've taken from you. And you don't care. Because I can get over here now and I can order DoorDash. Or I can gamble online. I can even date online. And then they say, oh, let's have, what do you think? Video sex or virtual sex, whatever. They're trying to remove, this is a humanitarian crisis, guys. That's the way I look at it, okay? Merlin was saying it yesterday, that the kids, not only do they not know how to play the Filipino traditional games that children used to play, they don't want to play them. They want the damn console. They want the cell phone. You can't argue with me. Man, we're regressing as human beings. That's not progress. We're not talking about progress, Q. Progress is one thing, the internet is another. You still want to physically go to the doctor, okay? They even do that now. Like you can really have a doctor's appointment online. Okay. Y'all confusing what I'm talking about. They're trying to say that you don't even need to go to the doctor. We got a replacement now. Here, just talk to the doctor now. You don't even have to go to the office. Bullshit. I want you to put the thing on my chest and tell me to cough and all that stuff. Put it on my back and tell me to cough. Cut my balls and tell me to cough. Draw my blood. I want you to do all of that. Don't take that from me, Q. Y'all messing up. You're confusing the internet with progress. The internet, man, is destroying mankind, really. Some of you guys are so lazy now, you don't do nothing. Because you let the internet do everything for you. Yeah, the stethoscope. Put that on me. But he's saying that he ain't gonna let them put the chip in him. They said, dummy, we've already put the chip in you. You wouldn't dare go nowhere without your phone. Okay? I'm sorry. And you don't use the phone to call no damn body. Okay? Yeah, there's no human interactions. This makes us less human. This is a humanitarian crisis, but people can't see it. They don't care. They don't give a damn. You know, some things are okay the way they are. It's okay for you to go and sit in the doctor's office all day. It's okay for that. Or the emergency room or whatever it is. You don't need to fix that. Do you need to make it more streamlined? Yeah, put another doctor or two in the office. But other than that, try to move everything online. Come on, guys. There's an order in the universe. And the internet is disrupting the order of the universe. People are getting married online. Foolish, man. You guys are crazy. Okay? They're not drinking the grape Kool-Aid. They're drinking poison. Our minds have been poisoned. He said, yeah, okay, I get what you're saying, but it's like Cisco said, times are changing. Okay, but who's to say it's changing so fast? You can't keep up with it, Ryan. He said we have to somewhat change with it without losing the skills we learned before the battle. You're not even talking about, we're not even talking about the same thing. When you're talking about progress, progress is going from the horse and buggy to the car. The internet is trying to replace everything human out there. They're saying you don't even need to go outside the internet. We're going to do everything for you. That's not progress, man. That's control. It's something other than, you're not going to get better relying on this internet. We have to stop allowing the internet to do for us what we can do for ourselves. We rely too much on it. Well, I'm not going to sit here and argue with you. Okay? That's all I'm saying. And see, here's another thing. Okay? See, these guys like this is what the internet creates. We have he doesn't know me from Adam. Okay, we've lost our ability to have a reasonable conversation. We don't interact enough with human beings to even be able to read them. I was an insurance agent, man. I know what I'm talking about. I can see it. Okay, I can see what's being lost, what's being stolen from us. Just the camaraderie of being around people that I know I can trust. He's saying Calvin is one angry ninja. See, these are tough guys that the internet creates. He would never say that to my face. he becomes somebody and something that he's not. He's a tough guy now. Okay, and even if he did say it to my face, okay, big deal. See, he's the only one that really gets what I'm saying. That's all the internet is doing, is making things more convenient. That's all. You can't argue with that. Yeah, it is. Okay, I can date a woman in the Philippines, without even leaving the comforts of my home in America. But is that good? Does that make you better? It takes away from your skills, obviously, your communication skills of talking to women, because something gets lost in these chat messages. She said, without the internet, I would have never got to see your channel and learn things. Okay, I'm not going to argue with you and say that the internet, Laura, has not done good things. That's not what this topic is about. The topic is, has the internet made us better? Has it made you better, Laura? At what cost, though? At what cost? That's all I'm saying. The internet has done some good things. They won't like it because this is the only world they know. I'm old enough to know a life without the internet. I was just as smart then as I'm no smarter now with this internet, guys. It hasn't done that for me. I don't know about y'all. I'm no smarter now than I was before the internet. I'm the same human being. If I want to order something off Amazon and get it quicker, yeah, I can do that. Okay. But this internet's not going to make me do more push-ups. It's not going to improve my motivation or anything like that. It's not going to make me pick up a book and read it. It's not going to make me do anything human, because that's not what this is. All the things, the crazy stuff that we used to talk about, that used to be so far-fetched, that the CD was gonna replace the album. Nobody thought about that. And now, the internet is just gonna replace all the music. Now, if I want to go see an R&B, these damn people on crutches, they just stop producing music as if the music's not out there. They're telling you, these guys like Babyface and all those guys, they can still produce that kind of music, but the internet has told you that we don't want to hear that. We don't need that kind of music. This isn't even talking about whether the internet is good or bad. The topic is, okay, answer the question, James. Has the internet made you better? Has it made us better? Okay, at what cost, though? This is all we're saying. We're not saying it's good or bad. It's inevitable. Okay, do I need it? Does it make life more convenient for me? Yeah, but does it make me a better human being? It doesn't. It doesn't make me a better human being. It just makes life more convenient. They're not going to write letters. It's a lot of things they're not going to do anymore because they don't have to do it. That's why obesity is up. Diabetes is up. Divorce is up. Everything's so impersonal. This is a humanitarian crisis, but people don't realize it. No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. No, it's not. Because you can cut out that internet. You had a life before the internet, Hal. Okay? I'm sorry. The internet's not doing anything for you that you can't do for yourself, basically. Has it opened up some opportunities? Yeah, for a very small fraction of the world population. Not even enough to make a difference. But this is what they do. It's the same way they do when they talk about black people. Oh, look at you, how successful you are, because they tried out, Obama, and you're talking about Oprah Winfrey. There's a tiny, tiny fraction of black people over there out of 40 million or whatever it is. It's the same way with this. Yeah, that's progress. That's progress. But this internet is something else. Hey, Q, thanks for that super chat. He said, so what you're really saying is that you like the Philippines better as a third world country versus a modernized country. That happens when they catch up when you leave. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that my man can't keep up with the internet and this rat race that they created over there. Neither can yours. You're regressing as a human being. But when I come back here to the Philippines, I couldn't understand why I liked it so much here. And I know now because it takes me back to the present. Okay, this is really the rhythm that I'm supposed to be working on now. The manual stuff that they do over here, there's nothing wrong with that. Remember I talk about all the paperwork that you got to go through over here? Maybe there's nothing wrong with that, Q. When you have to actually fill out an application in front of the people. A lot of people fill out their application. They don't even know how to fill out an application. So they'll do it online and they'll have somebody sitting next to them helping them do it. This is all I'm saying. Is that the Philippines reminds me of my life before the internet. That's all. I didn't say I didn't like the modernized world and all of that. I didn't say it was better than the United States and all the modernized stuff. Go back and watch what I said. I just said I love being here because it reminds me of my life before the internet. You guys are saying that the internet hasn't affected your life, that it's only made you better. Then, okay, how's it made you better? And at what cost? That's not true. That's not true. It hasn't. It's just it's made it convenient to meet people. He said, Cal, the internet has made people not know. Not know how to act. Oh, okay, yeah, I'm sorry. You're right. He said, not know how to. I thought you said no. He said, not know how to interact with the humans outside their immediate circles. Yeah, our people skills are shot. We can't have a conversation. We don't even know how to just strike up a conversation anymore. When you go somewhere, man, everybody's face is in the damn phone, or if they got a computer. There's something wrong there, guys. But you've been robbed, and it's been so subtle. You went from reading the newspaper, now you get your news on Yahoo or whatever it is on screen, so fast. It was such a subtle, death that you didn't even realize it happened, because I can't tell you when I stopped buying newspapers, even though they're available in the Philippines. I still like to pick up a newspaper. So some places, some hotels that you stay in, they'll have the newspaper on the counter. I still like to read a newspaper. But it's just taken away so many life experiences, things that we should be doing that we no longer have to do because you do it online. I mean, see, you guys, this has, and it has a lot to do with the immaturity that's going on in the West. I mean, we're very immature. I mean, if you can be honest, very sensitive, very immature. Here's a grown man right here. He's not adding anything to the conversation because he doesn't know how to conversate. He doesn't know how to add to the conversation. So I tolerate him, but he's so immature. He's like a little bitty child. This is something that Booby would do. This is something Booby would type. That has a lot to do with the internet and human interaction. Well, I'm pretty sure it did, Frank. Everything that I say, you're gonna push back on. It made you a better executive chef. But when the thing is, you eventually gonna have to fry the damn bacon any damn way or whatever it is. They show you a better way to fry bacon, I guess. But you're still the one who has to do all that. There's certain things about your job as an executive chef, I must be totally frank, that you can't learn from the internet. It's a human experience. But just for the sake of you saying, oh, Cal, you're wrong, you're going to keep up with this stuff. Okay, I get it. He said, I'll give you an example how 2 people were killed because of the internet. Las Vegas beef went rogue. Remember, we've lost our ability to communicate effectively. Let me put it like that. Okay, so some guy can get online and talk all crazy, which was the guy who got killed, and the other guy being immature and sensitive, he doesn't know how to resolve that. That's what I got down here. It says conflict resolutions and problem solving have been shot because of this internet. This is another way that's hurt us. So how in the world could anybody online make you mad enough to kill them? It doesn't compute on a human level, on a humanitarian level, because remember, humanitarian is you're concerned with or seeking to promote human welfare. I can't relate to that. Even though you see all the hate and everything like that, just think about all the violence that's going on in the world right now, and the mass shootings, and all the psychological damage that's done on the internet. This isn't that topic though, because we could have a whole other discussion about that. But all y'all want to look at is one side of the argument, that the internet is making us better. You're not looking at the other side. At what cost, though? He said, people in the Philippines are one of the highest ranked internet users in the world, spending 8 hours on average, source the internet. Yeah, absolutely. Has it made their society better, though, Cisco? Or has it? Has it made it better over here? Because you were just here. And by them being on the internet so many hours, what good is that done? I don't understand why you would even put this here. So what good is that done? Now you're making my point. You would think that by them being on the internet 8 hours a day and all of that it would, raise their level of living, the standard of living, and everything like that. But it hasn't. It's disconnected them from their traditional values even more. Now you got women jumping in bed with strangers that they just met on the internet. So we can't look at one side, the good that y'all say it's doing, without looking at the bad, because it's so much more bad, guys. All you got to do, man, is pick up the book. Right? I can't think of this guy's name, and I'll put it in the description. And he regrets being part of that because it's become something sinister. But because, like I said, what are you doing, booby? The internet has stolen so much from our lives. What makes life beautiful, and the theft was so subtle that we don't miss it. We don't even know what they've stolen. So all you're gonna do is keep talking about the good that he does. Oh, I can meet a woman in China, or I can get something delivered faster, and all of that, right? We don't see the damage it's doing. No, we don't have any differences. See, this is what I'm saying, Frank. This is what the internet does. These are perceived differences in your head. You don't know me. I don't know you. We're strangers. We're not friends at all. You understand what I'm saying? The only way that we can sit down and the first time I meet you, it's not going to be to sit down and discuss our differences. I want to get to know you. Okay? You don't know me, and I don't know you. This is the facade that the internet does to us. That's what he says. I'll be in the Philippines in November. I hope we can talk our differences in person. When I see you, it's not going to be about your difference. Hey, Frank, that's finally good to see you in person. Right? We want to talk about some stuff to see what we got in common. Hey, what's your flight? Where you going to be staying? What do you like to do? Okay, we're trying to get to know each other. We're not going to start from the point of where we know each other. We don't know each other. That's the quickest way for one of us to get shot because we've lost the steps have been removed from becoming acquainted with folks now. All the steps have been removed. You just think all you got to do is get on a live stream. It's more than knowing a person than that. He said, Cal, the amount of pushback you're getting proves that people's communication skills have gotten worse. They don't listen long enough to really hear what you're saying before commenting. Yeah, but that's just the tip of the iceberg. We don't even know what's been stolen from us. All they want to keep talking about is the good. Okay? You're not going to get an argument from me about the good, that how the internet has made everything so convenient. But the list of bad shit is way over here. I mean, it's up to the damn ceiling. You can only name me a few things that the internet has made more convenient. That's all it's doing. It's not making you do more push-ups. Yeah, see, we're already there. D-Stack, we're already there already. But because people don't care, they don't care that your next door neighbor's fucking a robot. You should care that this weird fucker's living next to you. You know, we went from computer love to robot love now, and it's like that. It happened so fast that we normalized insanity. That's insane. You can never make that make sense to me. Okay? But this is what the internet does to us. We normalize insanity, man. Something's been stolen for you. If you think it's okay to spend $30,000 on a damn sex bot or whatever it is, you making love to a damn robot in your bed. And say, I would rather have this woman here than a real woman. She can't take half my earnings and all of that. Man, that's sick. Okay, but that's normalized now because hundreds of millions of dollars, DSAC, and I know you got a crazy name, are being spent every year on this stuff. It's a whole industry now. And it's been going on for a long, long time. And people aren't going to get a pushback. They're going to say, you're going to get me and say, but let me see that. Let me see what that looks like, man. They're interested in it. If you just think for one split second what it would be like to fuck a robot, you're sick and you don't need to be in my company. I'm sorry. If you just think for one second, oh, let's see, if you just contemplate it for just a fraction, you don't need to, you're not the type of person I want to deal with. Okay, I'm sorry. But it's cost me a lot, man. It's cost me a lot of friendships, a lot of potential friendships. Okay, but we're just having a conversation, TJ. You always trying to debate me because you don't have any real communication skills. It's not about, okay, Calvin, what did it cost you? I'm asking the question. Has the internet made you better? At what cost? Okay. That's all I'm saying. But you guys, instead of having a conversation, say, yeah, okay, and adding something to it, it's always a pushback. Oh, so Cal, what did it cost you? I'm asking the question. Has the internet made us better? At what cost? You're going to say, yeah, it's made us better. I can apply for a job online without ever leaving my house. But what cost is that? It's just like when you drive your car. There's bones and muscles in your feet that you stop using, that you need to use. Okay? This is all I'm just trying to have a conversation. It's not, oh, what have you lost, Cal? You know. I've lost a lot, man. Really, I have. But because I've seen it and I've awakened to it, I'm trying to reverse it. I get out more and walk. You know, I come in contact, I have those meet and greets for a reason, not just to, oh, look at me. I need to meet people face to face. I need to put a face to a name. Okay, that's what I'm saying. You know, that's what this is all about. You know, becoming more human, because we're so insensitive. Somebody said it on here, dehumanization. That's what's happened to us. We have no feelings. We think we can say whatever we want to people we don't know. We're just living, man, in a crazy time now. And I'm not going to argue with anybody about the good that the internet has done, but I'm saying at what cost is it? The kids here don't play outside anymore. I bought two brand new bicycles. They're rusting outside. That has a lot to do with the internet. And both of them got a phone in their hand, but you got when I was growing, I loved the bicycle. And look at the exercise and everything that attributed to riding a bike. It's part of our development as kids, boys growing into men. But when you act like, oh, it's no big deal that they don't ride the bikes anymore, they're not even interested. This is the point I'm trying to make. Okay, but y'all missing it. Kids aren't riding bikes anymore. Like, what the fuck? They got their face stuck in that damn computer chip. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, thank you. See, he knows me. This is what we've lost. Frank thinks that he knows me. He doesn't know me. There's no way you can know me on the internet, man. It's only I met and spent quality time with 53 Shades Darker. You know, we're developing a friendship. The steps to that. Yeah, we don't ride bikes anymore. I bought two brand new bikes, man. They sit out there and rust. Now, the little kids who come over here and visit, who don't have a phone, whose house doesn't have internet, they stay on those bikes. That's a fact. Marilyn's nephew came over from Toledo and stayed all night. He didn't ever get off the bike. Okay? But he don't have all that stuff over there in Toledo. I'm just saying. We've lost a lot. So much that we don't even realize how much. The things that you used to be interested in, you're not even interested in anymore. When's the last time you went to the library? And they spent all those millions, hundreds of millions of dollars, to create the library system in the United States, one of the best in the nation, in the world, and people don't even use it. It's crickets over there. This is what the internet has cost us. Okay? It's what it's cost us. He said my phone got wet at the beach once. I had to wait a week for a new one. By day 3, I wasn't missing it. I reverted right back. Yeah, but many of us, and that's what's going to happen. But the fact that you have to bring it up, Kevin, lets me know that it's a part of your life. That chip is inside of you. See, there was a time when these phones didn't mean that much to us anymore. The fact that they do, and not for calling people. That's not what we use phones for anymore. It's not to call people. You feel disconnected when you're not. You're disconnected when you're on the damn phone, when you're on the internet. Why do the people who know better say, limit your screen time? Why are they telling you that if it's not affecting your life in a negative way? Of which I haven't even talked about. I didn't even write down nothing negative because I don't want that to be the conversation. Okay? But the fact that you take that phone everywhere, you go. If me and Marilyn, like, okay, yesterday when we start walking, me and Marilyn, in the morning, she had forgot her phone. Guess what she did? Wait, and runs back here and gets the damn phone. What kind of crazy stuff is that? Why? You got a real live person right in front of you that you can talk to. You don't need that phone. But yeah, we need it. So yeah, let's cost us. Yeah, we're controlled by it. There is no, there's very few people who's controlling that. The masses of us are controlled by these phones and all that. Okay? Yeah, and that's a sad day because the internet's telling us we don't need it when we do need it. It's exactly what I'm telling you, Raymond. It's robbing us of the joys of life, man. Some things don't need to be fixed. They're telling you, oh, it's a waste, printing up these newspapers and stuff. Just turn it on the computer and read the same thing online. It's not the same. It's not the same experience. It's not the same experience as going into the library. I can't read Kindle. I can't read anything. I've got to read physical books. That's the joy of reading for me. So it's nothing like going to the library for me and looking through all the books, and then checking out the books and going home and read them and come back and get in more books. There's just something about that it's far better than going on Amazon and buying a Kindle membership or getting audio books. Imagine, man, they got audio books now. They don't want your dumb ass to read. We'll read the book for you. Man, y'all missing this whole conversation. Y'all don't even know what y'all talking about. Y'all don't even know what I'm talking about. You in the United States, you don't have to, you even before the internet, it was very little you had to do for yourself. It's gotten worse now. You don't have to do anything for yourself in the United States. You don't even have to think. They'll think for you. You don't have to build your house. You know, a lot of that is progress, but a lot of it now is the internet, man. You want a woman? Okay, we got 100 sites you can go on there and meet a woman. They even finish your sentences on YouTube. When y'all make a comment, if you say "Good morning, Cal," guess what? YouTube them put Google them put 3 replies underneath that. I'm like, dude, I can answer him myself. I don't need you to do that for me. Okay? It'll have like, thanks for asking. Y'all know what I'm talking about. But I don't know if you don't have a YouTube channel and people making comments on your channel, they give you the responses. Like, I don't want that. Let me use my own brain. We're relying too much on the internet, guys. It's Sunny D. Thanks for the super chat. Said Uber can reach you before the police and fire department. Now that's pretty powerful. But that's progress. Okay, don't mix progress. We need progress. I don't think many of us are riding around in a horse and buggy anymore. But we need progress, guys. I'm not arguing against progress. We don't read. He said Amazon and Kindle allowed me to read Cal's unspoken agreement, but I could have gave it to you if you wanted it. That was just an avenue that I had to use. I had to use that, but you should have got the physical book. I can't read online like that. It hurts my eyes. Yeah, I still have a library card, and I use it too. You don't believe me? I'm gonna show you. One of the things I made sure to do when I got home was to get my library card. It means that much to me. That's my library card right there. Brand spanking new. And they gave me a keychain too. A lot of those videos I was making when I was in America, when those was at the library. When you hear them fire engines going off, is because the fire department was right across the street from the library. Yeah, it sure does. You're not gonna get an argument with me, Hal, about the good that the internet does, but at what cost? You don't know what you got. You don't know that woman. It takes time to get to know somebody. Okay? Because you probably thought you knew the one before that. Because you had one before that. And one before that, and one before that, and one before that. Okay? So the convenience, yeah. He said, salute Cal. And that keychain is fire, bro. Yeah, I got the keychain too. Yeah, the convenience of but if it made you a better man, though, how has it made you better in meeting women? Because it totally made it easier. It hasn't made you more courageous in in approaching women, because you probably in any real life situation, you're probably gonna have at least the woman that you want when you approach them in person. But we don't. The internet doesn't make you more courageous. If we really were courageous enough to approach the women who we really wanted and were really interested in, we wouldn't need the dating site. The dating site is a crutch. Okay? It takes that ability away from you. Okay, the butterflies, the jitters, you know, your palms are sweating when you go up and wipe and talk to the woman. Okay, and hey, how you doing? I'm Calvin. See, you can't get that online, Hal. And you'll probably never do that because of the internet. It's taking that joyful experience from you. And it's taking a whole lot of stuff from us. Not just that, but you make my point right there. You know, you don't get courageous. It doesn't make you more courageous. It doesn't make you more anything but lazy. That's one thing we know that the internet does. You can't agree. You can't argue with that. It makes you lazy. We're allowing the internet to do for us what we can do for ourselves. So you're regressing as human beings. You're not progressing. I should have. If I'd have known I was going to get this type of pushback, I would have had a whole page or two worth of bad shit that the internet does and is responsible for. But I didn't think I was going to get that because I asked a simple question and nobody has even answered it yet. Has the internet made us better? And okay, how's it made it better in your life over here? Put that over here. Hal Funkbase at least said, yeah, well, I met my girlfriend. Okay. That he went shopping for a woman online. That's what we do. But at what cost? Okay, well, he doesn't get to meet the woman in person anymore. And everything that entails, and the journey, and and the fun, and the terror that comes along with that. We're robbed of that. Okay. He said, it boggles my mind that most couples today meet online. I was shocked when I heard that about 5 years ago. Yeah, 1 in 5 new marriages, they met online. It's messed up something with us, Jews, this online thing. You can't argue with that. It's our communication ability, to effectively communicate has been, something's happened there. Yeah, we're still live. I don't know what's going on. I'm not having that problem over here. He said, no robots for me. We've gotten to the point where it's just, they just shoot this stuff at you steadily to the point where then all of a sudden it don't sound so crazy anymore. And you think, okay, it's okay for me to, look, then you start bragging on these AI, you've seen these AI robots, they look just like women and blah, blah, blah. Just the fact that you're talking about it is crazy. It's a robot, man. It's a damn robot. And you sick. You're going to stick your dick up in a damn robot. I'm sorry. I'm not judging anybody. I'm not dick watching. But that's taking it to a whole other level, man. And men are doing it. Okay, women are doing it. He said, greetings from San Francisco. Your blog on dudes getting on with a robot have me rolling. That's because we know it's getting ready to be a reality. You're going to eventually be walking down the street. You're going to see these guys. And you're going to be wondering, is that a robot or a woman? Just like when you're in Thailand, is that a lady boy? Is that a real man? Because this is what the internet does. It poisons our minds, man. It makes us start normalizing insanity. No, that's not what I'm talking about, Q. You're missing the point altogether. But you would know it because all you know is the internet. That's all you know. You don't even realize what it's doing to you. It's more negative effects coming from this internet than positive. That's why I asked, at what cost, though? But nobody wants to be honest because men, we're so dishonest. We lie about every damn thing. This is why we can't get help. We can't be transparent. Everybody on here wants to be the perfect man, and you're doing everything right. Oh, and the internet only affects me positively, not like the rest of the people. And I'm controlling my phone. My phone is not controlling me. I'm not being robbed of life experiences. Yes, you are. Well, I mean, you can justify it all you want, and we're going to justify it. I'm telling you that when you meet a woman online, it's not the same as meeting a woman in person. There's emotions and everything that you don't use, emotional muscles that you don't use online that you would use in person. They said, the question was asked, how do I become more courageous? Practice more courage. What we're going to do, it's easy to sit back and meet a woman online. You're going through a damn catalog. It's all you're doing. All they've done is taken, we call it online dating. It's really the same as, what's the difference between mail order brides and online? They've taken the paper and put it online. It's the same thing. It's the same damn thing. But if you say that, people get mad at you. Those are mail order brides. Those dating sites. That's all they are. And they, and they're supposed to be illegal over here. So guess what? They took it from the paper version and put it online. It's the same thing. I love the newspaper, man. I love the newspaper and will read one anytime I can. Yeah, it's a robot. Just like I Love the Shine said, you got to ground yourself. People are going to be getting electrocuted. You're going to be fucking the damn robot. You ain't going to be able to wait. You're going to be fucking the robot on the charger while you're charging the damn thing up. On my Patreon, somebody sent me, you can see it's not real. And that's no telling how much this thing costs. I know you're looking into a dead face like that. And, the man just, whoever the designer is, go on my Patreon and look at it. You'll be like, man, but it's a woman. No, because you're going to know it's a woman. I mean, you're going to know it's a robot. And they're not going to be able to ever reproduce anything where it feels like a woman, whether it's warm to the touch and all of that. There's just no way that they're going to be able to do that. This is hypothetically speaking. And I don't live that way. He says, if the technology was good enough to where you couldn't tell the difference between a robot or a woman, would it matter? Yeah, it would matter. Because if you think a woman is fake now, if love is fake now, imagine you're dating a damn robot. How fake of a love is that? And then you're going to see that the one thing about dating a robot is you're going to see you're the problem. You're going to fall in love with the damn robot. And then when the batteries is running low, you're going to get mad at the damn robot. But it ain't going to happen. Then you got to have robot replacement parts. Give me that fabricated pussy, and you got to send for the new pussy. Because after a while, you're going to beat the damn thing apart. You're going to basically, because if you sick enough to sleep with a robot, there's no telling what you're doing with the damn thing. So pretty soon you got to order a new butthole and everything, new lips. It's just going to keep going on and on. It's just going to be like a car. The only thing bigger than the car, the automotive industry, is the automobile replacement part industry. You crazy ass people. No, they talking. You see these, it's not just for the bedroom. He said, aren't the robots going to be just for the bedroom? Why would a man walk around with one? Both are cringe. The latter would be enough for me to move to Mars. No, because, they're fooling you right now. You go onto these sites, and you see a lot of them on Facebook, these ads, where they're saying, yeah, these are really women, real women dressed up in these robot suits. They got you thinking that technology's that far now. It's not. Where they're doing everything, moving around, they're walking. So yeah, they're gonna walk them around because you know how we are. We want to brag. Look at the woman I got. If you had a 10-piece, you're not gonna keep her in your room, locked up in your room, Jude. You're gonna show the world, and that's what these guys are gonna do. But if you're sick enough to buy a robot, you might as well just get a whole bunch of replacement parts when you buy the damn thing, because you're gonna rip it up. Yeah, see, this is the same thing. You're going to be able to buy a used robot. You know, remember I said if one costs $30,000, there's going to be one that costs $1,500. Somebody's going to want to upgrade. So they're going to sell you on the fact that, look, this damn robot is just like a woman and the attributes of a damn robot. And she still got plenty, you know, I didn't stretch it as much, you know, gently used and all that, man. We're sick. And it's gonna develop into a used robot industry. It's like used cars, because it's a machine. No, I'm not. That's just the way I am, man. Come on, guys. Y'all been watching me for 5 years. It's just how I am. I'm not stressed. But remember, guys, y'all don't know me for real. The internet makes you think you know me. We didn't say it's not made us better. How's it made you better then, Q? I'm talking about you, not life as being convenient, but you. How's it made you better? Can you read better now? Can you solve complicated mathematical problems that you couldn't solve before? Are you faster? What? That's all I'm saying, okay? But that's not the argument. I want you to tell me how the internet has made you better. It didn't say, you know, oh, it made me, I was able to meet a woman faster. No, that doesn't make you better. It just made meeting a woman faster and more convenient. But it hasn't made you better. He said, I would have a nightmare if that was in bed with me in the morning. No, but then, you know, you're going to have robots that are going to malfunction, just like cars malfunction or anything else, you know. And you think, well, there's nothing wrong with that. Well, you know, I got a problem with blowing out the back of a dishwasher, because that's all you're doing. That's all it is. Yeah, it's gonna be all kind of lawsuits and everything where the damn thing malfunctioned and you know, or it's not doing what it's supposed to do. I don't care what kind of role. Okay, just to try to duplicate that pussy is one thing. Try to duplicate that tongue. Okay, that's on a whole other level. See, there's no replacing the real thing, guys. I don't care. Y'all just got to get better at communicating with women. That's all, and getting along with women. The money that y'all spending on those robots, you should be spending on some type of personal coach or something like that that allows you to get along better with a real woman. Because I'm not going down that road. Yeah, we're saying it's made life more convenient, but at what cost, Roderick Lee? He said the cost is we are parting for my money much faster. I would keep my paper checks for months. Yes, that's another thing over in the Philippines. They still got paper checks. Some things you can't do online over here, and that's a good thing. It forces you to be human. It forces you to go back to being a normal human being. But we think, oh, it's they're so behind the times. The infrastructure is so messed up. No, man, it's forcing you to be a human being, to go stand in line and pay your damn electric bill. I can't pay it online. I can't. Or the water bill. We have to physically go and pay it. That's good. Yeah, but this is what's happening. This is what the internet is doing to us, Frank. It's taking away all that stuff. You don't have to do it anymore. So you're not going to work emotional muscles that you normally would have to work. What? Get out of here. I'm on the internet. Go. Got it. You just don't. It's stopping us from doing things that we would normally have to do. You know, when I was coming up, man, if you had a crush on a woman, man, you know, you better talk to her. You know, write her a note. There wasn't no getting online and, you know, going through all this stuff. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. It's all going to be all kinds of stuff, man. You're not going to be, it's so much stuff that we don't even think about. They're trying to get you to agree to fucking a robot first. Then we'll get to the details, Mr. Freeze. They want you to buy into the fact that, oh, it's okay to marry a damn robot. Then we'll get down into whether the replacement parts and all that and what you can do and how am I gonna watch it. They don't tell you all of that now. You know, but that's what they're trying to get you to do first. They just get to the point where it's okay. Well, you got men coming in shopping in a, you know, in a showroom for a plastic ass woman. Yeah, ordering new buttholes. You know, I'm telling the truth. Because y'all can see it. Y'all can relate to it. Okay. All right. Well, that's what I'm saying. If you don't, what I don't know won't hurt me, Brent. If I don't know you fucking a robot, then okay, you're okay with me. But the minute I know that you got a robot in that damn condo of yours, that you blowing out the back of a damn dishwasher, basically, then I don't think you know, we'll have a special place for you at the meet and greets. Yeah, ain't no robot for me. He said robot bros. Yeah, use robot. Well, you know they're gonna have all that, man. It's just like a car. They're gonna have the same thing. You think somebody's gonna pay $30,000 for a robot and be done with it? They're gonna want to upgrade, and then you know, like, hey, in order for me to upgrade, I'm gonna say, well, how old is it? It's 2 years. You know, the buttholes ain't even been used yet. You know how they sell you cars. Nobody's even sat in the back seat yet before, and look how clean it is. You know, and you know the the lips are still in good shape because we're sick, man. But y'all know y'all laughing because you know it's true. Hey, Ruby, what do you think about all this, Ruby? Me and marrying robots, and then you pretty soon, I guess you'll be able to. They're gonna have a single mother robot that comes with 2 kids already, and all that old crazy stuff. Yeah, use robots. What do you think? They're just gonna throw them away? They're gonna create a whole industry around it. Did y'all see the real? This was a real. The guy gave his father. I don't know where he bought this old plastic pussy from. He bought the plastic pussy and he gave it to him and he gave him the jail too. It was on Facebook. And you should have saw the father's eyes light up. And he told the father, and you can fuck it anytime you want. And I'm thinking to myself, well, we in a crazy ass world. And the father was happy because I guess the mother either was dead or she wasn't, doing anything anymore. Yeah, like new. The butthole hasn't even been used yet. And all that old stuff. Because if you go on my Patreon page, I'm telling you, man, a guy sent me, it's a 2-minute video of a prototype. And yeah, but it's dead looking in the face. And, he's talking about, look at the breasts and he's opening up the butt and the vagina and all that. And he's got it turned around in different positions and stuff like that. And I'm saying that thing would scare me to death. If all of a sudden, it started moving when it ain't supposed to. He said, the internet has made me better at wasting time looking at dumb stuff. Yeah, just scrolling. That's a part of, the human experience now that it wasn't before, scrolling. Okay, and Ruby says, when humans prefer interacting with robots instead of humans, then that will be the start of decline in social interaction. It's already been a decline because this is a hundreds of millions of dollar industry, Ruby, already. The cat's out of the bag. We don't reach the point of no return. They're going to keep on until you accept the fact that, she's a nice robot. I've never been able to, she never caused any trouble. He says a lot of people have been able to get their education via the internet. Yeah, this is what we're saying. The internet is, man, it's just being more convenient. Okay, but look at what it robbed from you, though, Bacala Will. The interaction, it robbed you of the whole college experience. Okay, there's a difference between we're not saying that you can't get your degree online, but you're missing out on a whole college experience. I mean, anything you do online is not going to be the real thing in person. At what cost, though? You can't really ask questions to the teacher like you're supposed to on Zoom and all that kind of stuff. Can you get it done? Yeah, but I wouldn't want to, excuse me. First of all, it's going to take you forever. Okay, you're not going to take a full-time, full course online like that. He said rage against the machine. But we're not going to argue that the internet has made things more convenient, but it hasn't made you better. No, people are already buying the robots. There's somebody on here watching, man. You got to be crazy. Don't you know what the increase? They're saying they're looking at a 15 to 20% increase year over year from 2023 to 2028 in North America. The sales mainly coming from North America and Europe. There's people watching this right now who's got a plastic pussy in their house right now. Okay, that they're using. They figure they will reason that, it's better than jacking off. Okay, this is what they've made it up in their mind. So I'm going to get this thing, instead of, beating myself unconscious. Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I might be able to get my college degree. I might be able to meet a woman online, but at what cost? It's going to cost you something. You can't get something for nothing. The human race is in a steady decline. we're just talking about the good things that the internet has done. We're not talking about the litany of bad shit that comes from the internet. Because I didn't want this to be the question. I mean, I didn't want this to be the conversation because y'all too predictable. I knew you were going to push back and start talking. Oh, you can get your college degree. You can meet a woman online. You can you can buy a car online. Yeah, but you've taken away from the whole experience, guys. You know, I don't want to buy a car online. I don't want to buy a pair of shoes online. I want to go there and try on the shoes and all that. Yeah, it's made things more convenient. But hey, guys, I'm going to get over here. I appreciate all your super chats, super stickers, all your thumbs up, all your support for Sunshine Shoulders. We'll continue this discussion later. But has the internet made us better, and at what cost, guys? You know, the internet has stolen so much from us, and it's so subtle that we don't know what was taken, and we really don't care. We think, oh, life is so much better now. I'm never going back to being a regular human being. I'm never going, to shop for myself and buy my food, because y'all taking it to a whole other level. Y'all taking trust to a whole other level. It's bad enough that you eating out at these restaurants, but now you stacking on top of that. You're trusting the restaurant. You're trusting the DoorDash people. Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, but at what cost? At what cost, Bacala Will? We know this. This is like, duh. I got 2 bicycles that I bought out there that they don't get used. Kids don't ride bicycles anymore. When the last time you saw a kid ride a bicycle? But you'll be the one to say, oh, my Bacala Will, because I know you. Okay? You're the one that'll say, oh, my whole neighborhood is, and all I got to do is walk out my door and I see kids riding bicycles. That's bullshit. Kids aren't riding bicycles anymore. They're not out in the street playing anymore. Okay, this is a consequence of the internet, guys. This is the conversation I wanted to have today. But all I'm going to get is this over and over. Okay? About the convenience of the internet. Yeah, at what cost, though? Take care, y'all.